Welcome back to Luna Classic video update, and folks, I really wound up purchasing Luna Classic as of now, right now 15,000 or almost 16,000 in that general area as long as possible. Presently this resembles a sack that I took for the following 2-3 years, so essentially, I've been saying this once more. I really needed to purchase this at 10,000. That was my underlying arrangement. Continuously, forever was the arrangement for this one to descend there. However, hello! Fine! I'm as yet cheerful. The green box target I gave you, that is Matt. Might you at any point actually boil down to 10,000 or not, for however long you're underneath here, 14,335. I really believe that, we won't truly move. To the potential gain, and we in all actuality do have opportunities to drop down, and that target appears to be not to be made. Presently we should make an extremely extended discuss Luna Classic. After quite a while, now is the right time to flip once more. Or on the other hand, maybe flipping is the main choice left to the potential gain, and we should return to history. We should discuss the coin from the outset once more and the method of possibly from here we're going. What's more, in the event that you're new to the channel, folks, truly do ensure you're turning on the warning, since we could see this coin being unstable for the following coming not many days. I think that Luna Classic looks astounding, and assuming I go to the week after week time span, for sure, it was astonishing. Check this out. This was astonishing. What's more, I've told in such countless individuals that this was a major, huge help here, and we were holding that help and we moved higher. Presently, this equivalent precise thing, simply the same way as I told about this week by week support. This was the week after week support that I was anticipating. Yet, it seems like the story is somewhat unique. On the day-to-day, I see 2-3 justification behind the reaching as far down as possible construction. Presently number 1 explanation really remained to 3. I expressed a few, right? So the main will be market stages, and we should discuss the market stages and the motivation behind why I made this arrangement. I discussed this even 3 months prior when Luna Classic was exchanging up in these zones. I discussed the market period of a conveyance, a reallocation, and the beginning of collection here. Also, begin to climb, go sideways, and afterward continue to move higher and take out this unsurpassed high too. What's more, I believe now is the right time to do that. Definitely, I believe now is the right time to do that on the grounds that this is the market brain research that I actually need to show you, available stage that I need to show you thereabouts. Furthermore, I really want an ideal picture, wonderful picture. Still not getting one. Dumb dolts. The dispersion stages. At the end of the day, come on Google, I got individuals to refresh. Do you think actually rapidly? Okay. Definitely. Thank heavens. We have a smidgen of a model not too far off. Indeed, amassing stage, and you can see this is the beginning of the model stage. This is where I'm beginning to think the markup stage really is occurring on the grounds that beforehand this occurred. Alright, amassing stage, reaggregation conveyance stage, rearrangement. Lockdown stage, this is done, appropriation reallocation, and the imprint to the disadvantage that is this somewhere in this vicinity, and I think you start for this markup stage. Something basically the same as this somewhere in this vicinity is the thing I'm searching for, that next, thereabouts. Okay. So that is the principal thing. The subsequent thing is the RSI. I discussed the RSI exactly couple of times prior, and I expressed it's at the most minimal that it was in June, back in June, the very time when I was saying that Get Luna Classic was the very place where I felt that this will resemble this book's for nearly hardly any explanation. I believed it will go to 10,000 first and presumably make a bullish disparity like the cost. This is we're intended to move lower, and the RSI could really siphon a tad, get the dissimilarity going, and this would be an astonishing section. See, I similar to needed to be at the least expensive for you. In any case, it didn't work out to go down to 10,000. However, the green box met on various occasions, and that is the main thing. That is the green box. This green box was intended for purchasing. I simply didn't get it at the green box myself. I simply needed to purchase here. Got a smidgen pompous, not too far off. However, presently the subsequent thing was the RSI, and again on the opposite side, there's another thing I need to let you know again on the opposite side that glance at this specific break. Also, you can see that the markup stage that I just showed you. Where's that image? That moronic picture? No doubt, this one. So when you take a gander at this obstruction somewhere in this vicinity, you can see that you really do have the gathering opposition, and you break out of the reaccumulation opposition. This will be this gathering that I see, and you can see that line up here, this line that is going down, the line around there, you've really moved side to side and you have at long last jumped out of that line. So I need to really drag this one up somewhat like that, and you will see this, and I will zoom in, right around there, and check this currently out. I wound up getting it in fact. I figure I ought to have gotten it at the retest, yet it's alright, and you can see that it jumped out of it. Perhaps return a smidgen. The RSI could really descend. We really might see a tad of a cost move to the drawback, however that isn't insured. I just wound up purchasing since I know the idea of this coin. No one can really tell when it gets bullish ought to. Never know whether it will come down to retest or not. Also, and taking into account that I'm purchasing long haul doesn't exactly make any difference. Doesn't exactly make any difference on the off chance that you boil down to 14 or 16. I let you know this even in the previous video. What's more, that for me perhaps could be a decent open door in the event that it descends, assuming you're thoroughly searching in this video later on. And afterward blast. So the following objective on the RSI is one opposition, and that is up here to this untouched high, go up there. What's more, that is where it appears to be legit on the grounds that you've really made the help of the day today down at the least of the RSI. You made it down here, you made it down there, you made it down here once more, and whenever you boiled down to those levels, you generally made a response to the outside. Presently you had this obstruction and you broke out of the opposition. Now is the right time to handle the center mark of that obstruction and move even to the potential gain too. Now that was the subsequent thing. Presently the third thing that I need to discuss, aside from the RSI and the market, you know, the markup stage and something to that effect. There's another line that just came into my notification the present moment, and we should eliminate every one of the drawings since it's essential to discuss this line once more, and that will be. Assuming I take the pattern line, this one somewhere in this vicinity on the day-to-day, and we should drag it completely out that way and blast. Alright, you're attempting to move out of this zone, let me really drop it on the money around there. Alright, so you can as of now see that beforehand I didn't see this, yet later on I came to see it. So this was nearly few contacts here, one touch thereabouts. You had this touch somewhere in this vicinity, and you had that touch thereabouts, and presently you're breaking it somewhere in this vicinity too. Check that out! So breaking this likewise implies a generally excellent sign to proceed with higher and afterward once more. There is another 4 explanation. Reason number 4 will be the accompanying. How about we analyze the historical backdrop of when Luna Exemplary made this convention? What were the signs that made this convention? What were the signs that made this convention too? So how about we return? Okay, so we are right here, base up this way. Move sideways, blast, 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 blast. Move to the potential gain. You can see that assuming I zoom in back in June, there was consistently this little adjusted sign. Alright, so see this sign that was around in the sort of a sign example not too far off. And afterward takeoff totally took off to the space. Go to Mars, and one more model that I need to really show you before you continued on the following convention. Check that out! You had for this present week down there move a tad lower. Once more, make a tad of that bend and afterward take over. So the bend generally occurred, and the bend was consistently at the greatest sign that will occur. Furthermore, notice how already you made this one meeting and close to it you made that red light that got discredited, and from that point, totally broke the opposition here, and you just assumed control over the world. Alright, those are the signs that reoccurred. It reoccurred, and I couldn't actually overlook the sign that simply occurred here. So assuming I zoom in not too far off, you can perceive how early we as a whole prepared are, and in the event that set of experiences rehashes, finger crossed, this is TA. Nothing is insured here. My TA says that is the very adjusted thing that we have. What's more, the very possibly even that specialized objective could maybe show this to their break out of this spot here from the through and through. The objective is almost coming, and that is really going to be 16,572 move out of their totally takeover and shoot to the potential gain. Got another. Even the fifth explanation is on the 4-hour time span. We in all actuality do have the EMAs with bullish cross of the EMA. Alright. Furthermore, take a gander at the 4 time period. You as of now have that 55, the turn, the 20 and the 55 intersection, and it's basically an affirmed bullish cross move to the potential gain. It came from the retest. Move to the potential gain, you will fall back, and I think the 10 EMA is an ideal opportunity to be steady. The 10 bob of the 10 like this, similar to this, and move higher. Furthermore, on the off chance that you truly do come a tad down, you can just come to the 20, drop down to 15,000 bucks of the 15,000 and move considerably higher. That for me is purchasing as long as possible, and that is basically it for this update. Trust you partake in this one. I will see the following one.